Can you guess what my favorite color is?
Is it yellow?
Yeah.
Yellow is my favorite color, so.
Hey everyone, I'm Lauren and I go by Thrift Goddess on Instagram and Poshmark.
I'm Alinka. I am the Thrifty historian and I go by Her Story Thrift on Instagram and Poshmark. Who you hear is Lennox. He's my mini posher. I'm Alexandra. I'm better known as Oatmeal Coat Co. on Instagram and with my closet on Poshmark.
Today we're just going to be doing a basic question and answer video of stuff related to Poshmark, online selling, what it's like to have this as some of our full-time and part-time jobs, and just general stuff like that. So the first question that we're going to be talking about is what are some of our essential items that we have in our closet, like our best sellers, bread and butter. For me, I find that Lululemon and Aritzia has a bunch of brands inside of it, like Wilfred, Sunday Best, Tallulah. Those are a few that come to mind right now. So yeah, those are the items that sell best for me, and if I can source them cheap enough and they sell well for me. How about you?
I would say my bread and butter, without I guess even meaning to be, are American Eagle jeans. They sell very well for me. Yeah, they do very well. I don't know. As well, I sell a lot of dresses. Dresses are big hits, so it doesn't really seem to matter what season it is, dresses go. As well as, I don't know if this is more of just my closet and the way that my style is, but like a lot
scarves.
of
You're gonna get scarves.
Oh my god, no, but the hilarious part is I do have a couple of repeat buyers
who buy scarves.
Because there's a few crazy scarf ladies out there.
Like you.
Shout out to you girls, because they get me and they found my Poshmark closet. They're like, oh my
scarves.
God, she has so many scarves. And I'm like,
I must have them all.
They'll bundle up like 2 or 3 scarves. I'm like, girl, yes. Scarves are very nice and easy to. I would say, now that you mentioned scarves, they're definitely because they're so cheap and easy to.
And because you have like 1 million.
I mean, I had 1 million of my own to start with, so that was a good base. But like, no, I have a good amount of luck with scarves and accessories, jewelry too. Boop, 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 boop. I pick up leather purses, whether I am getting them from thrift stores or getting them from old grandmas. I find that by doing my research and listening to the advice of other YouTubers, I was able to find the purses that are made of leather by looking at the tags, really. Sometimes smell.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can smell the real leather on them.
And my personal best is picking up a leather purse. I think it was PVC, right? But the company was called Leather. It was made out of China, and I had it for about 3 months. I sat on it, and then I posted. It was sold the very next day. So
I love when that happens.
I also do really well with shoes and dresses. Yeah, shoes. Kate Spade is pretty much, it's always sold really
Kate
fast.
Spade's decent.
Oh yeah, I've never had Kate Spade sit in my closet. Like, anytime there's a party, like a posh party with like the
Kate Spade preppy,
I'm like, oh, I have nothing to share because all my Kate Spades already sold.
I have a Kate Spade diaper bag that's been sitting for like half a year, I think.
Well, there's some new mama waiting to pick that up.
Yeah, hopefully, or I'll just keep it for me.
She's like,
I have diapers. Give me that.
Okay, so the next question is, how did you get started on Poshmark? So funny. I actually had just been fired from my first adult job. So that's a big kick in the butt. I managed to get on the last day of my 3 months probation. So if anybody knows anything about the corporate world, that's slimy. Very slimy. And I ended up, you know, like, I said, okay, I'm also like in the process of finishing my master's in history. Thrifty historian. So I was like, okay, like, you know what, whatever, it wasn't meant to be. I'm just gonna focus fully on finishing my schooling. And after a while, like, it was getting kind of aggressive with like really needing extra income and stuff. And I honestly don't even know, like I think I must have just been on Instagram one day randomly, and I had heard of Poshmark, and I downloaded the app like earlier in July or August because I had a friend, Thrifty-ish. She got started, and she has always been like a big thrifting kind of girl. So she loved just flipping things, and she got started on there. She works full time, so it was just like a side gig, side hustle. She's like, girl, like I made a couple of $1,000s doing this. I'm like, okay, alright. And I worked at Winners for 3.5 years, so I had a lot of clothes that, like, way more clothes that a normal human being should have.
There's
like,
no limit on how many clothes you can have.
No, like I was never ever gonna get a chance to wear all of them. It was getting ridiculous. Or like a lot of them I had worn and loved and just didn't wear anymore, you know. And like
wear it once.
And there's so much stuff that I was like, oh, this will never even sell, and it sold. Like it would sell right away, and I was like, okay. So I started out just selling my own stuff. So mid-November until January, I would say, I didn't thrift or source anything from anywhere. Just selling my own stuff, and it was really picking up. And once I became a Posh ambassador, I would say, which was also in early January, I would say my sales also started picking up. So I had a little bit more incentive, seeing that my sales were steady, to kind of go thrifting and doing the whole flipping thing. How about you guys?
Yeah, so for me, I've actually been doing reselling before I actually knew that it was a viable thing that you can have as a job and for like full-time income. Like back when I was in high school, I would, like if I had clothes and stuff that I wasn't going to wear anymore, I'd post it on Facebook Marketplace. Or even before Facebook Marketplace was really a thing, because it's just become like a big thing recently. So I would be in all these online garage sale groups, like, and I would post stuff in like bulk. And then I would meet up at, like, people would come to my school and like meet me and be like, here, $20 for this. And then while I was in college, I sold a lot on this app called Let Go, but surprisingly right now it's not really doing that well. Like I haven't posted a lot on it. And then there were two, so it's a new day. We had some technical issues yesterday with our videos. We ended up losing half of them from this video, which sucks. And we're down a person, well, 2 people actually, so Alex and Lenny left. So now it's just us, and we're gonna finish this video by ourselves. So we're doing questions and answers on Poshmark related stuff. So the next question we're gonna cover is, if there was one thing that you wish you knew when you started reselling that you know now, what would it be? And what would that be for you?
I think one of the first things I would say is just know the worth of your products, because when I first started, you know, I didn't really understand. I wasn't really looking at comps or like checking, like I was just selling my own stuff. So one of the first things I sold, and I was so excited because it sold immediately, and obviously it did, because it was a gorgeous Lululemon sports bra with this like galaxy print. A gray galaxy print. It's still, if you go all the way, scroll all the way to my bottom listing, you'll still see it there. It's beautiful. And this and I listed it for $15.
Oh, that's a steal.
Right? And then I was kind of looking through like a lot of my stuff from earlier. I listed very, very low. For a while, I think it's because I didn't really care about what the value of the sale was. I just wanted to get my 15 sales so I could get that check mark for one of the criteria for Posh ambassador, because I knew that would help the algorithm and everything, and being a Posh ambassador definitely does help. So.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you?
So mine kind of on the same lines about like knowing what your stuff is worth, and another one is like, well, I have kind of 2 points to go with this, but the one is, just because it has a high price tag doesn't mean it's going to have a high resale value. And like when I first started sourcing, I'd find something with like a $200 new tag, and then it would sit and I'd have it at like 40 and it just wouldn't sell, and I'm like, like the one BCBG top that I had, I think I mentioned it in my other video, $170 new tag, and I had it listed at like, I think the lowest I had it was like 15 or 20, and it just wasn't selling, so I took it to Plato's.
I have a similar situation where I definitely way paid up, because I think I paid $50 for it.
Oh, like at the thrift store? Really? Value Village?
No. The Goodwill Boutique.
Oh.
But it's new with tags, and the tag is $198, and it's just it's such a beautiful dress. Honestly, I'm surprised because everywhere I looked, like when I actually did check comps for it, and you know, like it's all sold out everywhere. A bunch of like influencers were wearing it. And I had it up for like $120. And now I'm just sending people offers for like $80. Just buy the dress, please. I want to at least make my $50 back because this is ridiculous. But yeah, so just be smart about how you're spending your money, because like, yeah, you might be making that money back, but like, are you gonna make it back in 2 weeks or in 2 years? So.
Exactly. And then my other point was, when you're outsourcing, you need to make sure that you check for flaws and stains. And even now, I still do this. Like, my recent one was I picked up a whole bunch of Lululemon stuff. I had a video about that. And in that haul, there was a pair of capri pants, and they had, like, such bad pilling, like, in the inner leg area. And I was like, I cannot sell these. I think I have a picture of them. I'll post it up somewhere so you guys can see how gross it was. And yeah, and like still to this day I do it, but what I've started doing now is when I have my cart full and I have stuff that I try on like for myself, and then I have stuff for Poshmark, so I actually bring a lot of my stuff in the change room and I try it on because that's the easiest way to see if there's a flaw or anything wrong with it.
It's probably where the best lighting is too.
Yeah, exactly.
In the store. But yeah, I've had so many items that I brought home similar like that, and I bring home
like little tiny rips or stains that you miss. And
thankfully, there's a few that I was able to get out myself, but yeah.
Yeah, just do your work and make sure you check. So, as most of you know, that right now we're in the middle of an epidemic. Most of us get our items from thrift stores and whatnot, and with those all being closed, there might not be ways of us to get new inventory. So, we're just going to talk about a couple of ways of how we've been getting new inventory. So, how are some ways that you have?
Well, I'm very lucky that I had I hit up a bunch of big sales at the thrift stores in the weeks right before this all happened. So I had a ton of stuff like that I still have waiting to get listed. But thankfully, I had Alex reach out to me. It was like, girl, I have a bunch of stuff that I don't have listed, and like I don't really have time to list. That if you're interested, I can, you know, we can figure out a good deal and I can sell it to you, and you can, it's a bunch of stuff that I think will do really well in your closet. I was like, oh, so my closet has a look apparently. So that's kind of cool. I like that. So she was nice enough to get in her car and drive all the way up here yesterday, and we did a nice little clothing swap. It was nice because she got some money out of it. I got to do a whole lot of sourcing for a whole lot of almost nothing. And now I have a bunch of brand new stuff to list.
Yeah, keep you busy for a while.
It definitely will. So another way I think is probably your favorite way of doing it. So you go ahead and how have you been sourcing?
Oh, me. So what I did, I'm not sure if you guys know of Nicole State. I'm sure a lot of you do because she's pretty popular on YouTube. We love you, Nicole. We are watching you today.
Queen
Shout
of
out.
Poshmark.
But anyways, so she had a post about asking the community if she could like buy or take donations from people who are cleaning out their closets right now from being trapped at home. So I had posted a similar post on local garage sale sites and whatnot, and I got a huge response. So I have a bunch of people who have to go and pick up clothes from, and they're just gonna leave it out on their porch, so it's a no contact pickup. And yeah, lots of really good people.
Awesome. And then all you gotta do is just throw it in the washing machine or steam the heck out of it and
leave it in the bag for a few days.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
yeah, you
sure
just leave
it's
it
not
in there. That's a very, and I've been so lucky that I've also had recently a few friends, like really good friends of mine, who either going through tough times in their lives and having to like make their spaces smaller, just downsizing their closets, just have a ton of stuff that they never wear. Like, I'm gonna donate all this stuff anyways. Do you just want it? And I'm like, yes. I love you. So to all of my friends who have been nice enough to donate